This muscle crosses two joints, so it's really important that you keep the knee straight as you're doing this, and I'm going to show you on the stair over here. So you just want to find a step, keep your knee straight, and you can actually come up on the step if you want to and just let it drop. Try to hold it there for about 10 seconds, and then I like to come up off of it, use some contraction, and then come back down and stretch it some more. Anytime you can do like what I call a contract, relax with an exercise or a stretch rather, it's going to be more beneficial. So when you can get a little contraction in there and then bring it into a stretch again, it's really a good thing. So that's the Gastroc. Underneath the Gastroc is the Soleus.
Okay, so here's a good picture of the Gastroc. We are looking at a frontal view here. I'm trying to turn it. So the Gastroc crosses both the knee joint and the ankle joint here, and that's why you have to keep the knee straight to get a good stretch out of it. And then the Soleus, I just think it helps to see these things. The Soleus, see, they pulled that, they just kind of took that Gastroc away, but typically it's sitting on top of this and it crosses that knee joint. This one doesn't. And that's why you have to get a good bend in that knee.
If you have any knee issues, you're probably going to want to put a pillow under this right leg. And then you want to draw this the foot that you're trying to stretch as far back, or the calf that you're trying to stretch as far back as possible. And then I'm just putting some pressure on it and trying to stretch this muscle back here. I'm going to show you what it looks like from the side. So I'm trying to draw that back as far as possible, and then I'm taking my arms and pressing into my leg and your knee. With a Gastroc, you have a straight knee. With a Soleus, you have a bent knee. So I just like to come up on the stair, keep that knee bent, and then let my ankle drop. Yep, and I feel that pretty good in my Soleus. And that is it. Same thing. You want to kind of come up, off your foot and then stretch it again. Again, making sure that that knee is nice and bent. And that's it. All right, so the other thing that I want to show you is how to treat the trigger points in your calf that are very often related to things like plantar fasciitis and stuff like that. So a lot of people don't even think that some of the muscles further away from where it actually hurts is the problem. But about 80 to 90% of the time, the pain is not actually, the problem, I should say, is not actually where the pain is. So with plantar fasciitis, you're probably feeling it a lot, at the bottom of your foot, near the heel. Plantar fasciitis is basically swollen tendons. They got swollen somehow. So a lot of times it can just be from, having too many trigger points in those muscles back here, and it just putting so much stress on those tendons that they get swollen and irritated. So I would really try to focus in the back of the calf, and I'll show you how to do that. So you want to just cross that affected leg over the unaffected leg. So I'm basically using my knee here as a tool for my calf. And I am just looking to find areas that are really tender. So you might kind of just want to move your leg back and forth a little bit over your knee and just find areas that, I call it a good hurt. It's like on the scale of 1 to 10, I don't want to be above a 4. A 4 feels good still. It still feels more good than bad, but it is not, it's kind of at the end of that threshold of pain. So I found a good one here. So I'm just going to press that. And as I do that, you can see a little better. You want to kind of, once you hold it, give it about 10 seconds and then try to flex and extend your foot. We call this plantar flexion and dorsiflexion. So you just kind of want to do that a little bit. Again, as I was saying when we were doing the stretches, the more, if you can get like hold a trigger point like this and get a stretch in with it, it's a really, really great thing. And I'm in a really good fiber right now. It feels amazing. It's probably a 3 for me. It feels good and it's not painful at all. So what happens if you put your body in a high pain level, like a 5 or above? your body's going to defend against that. It's going to get tense, and you could potentially make the problem worse.